Here's a quick beginner guide on how to bench press properly. One of the most important parts that we have to talk about in the beginning that is oftentimes overlooked is how to set up your shoulders and pin them appropriately to bench. A lot of newer lifters oftentimes just lay flat on the bench and press the bar. The issue, if you don't pin your shoulders properly, is not only is it going to be harder for you to build strength, but it can lead to a number of issues. One of which is shoulder pain that a lot of people know all too well. After you lay down it, making sure to get your head to the top of the bench without it hanging off and your eyes underneath the bar, you'll need to pull your shoulder blades down and back like you're trying to tuck them into a back pocket. There should be a slight arch in your lower back, all while maintaining tightness in your upper back and shoulder blades. The reason for setting up your shoulder blades like this, besides keeping tightness, is because when you move your arms in a pressing motion like you see here, the shoulder blades want to move as you're moving your arms. The issue is when laying on the bench and pressing a bar, the bench is impeding the movement of the shoulder blades, as you too are also being pressed into the bench. This over time, if you just lay completely flat on the bench, will most likely, if not definitely, lead to some shoulder pain, to the extent that opening a door might hurt. Trust me, I know from experience when I started lifting and no one taught me this. Keeping the upper back tight, you want to place your feet firmly on the floor. More from a beginner standpoint, you either want to have your feet set up like you see here, and they're flat if that feels more comfortable at first, but then over time, start bringing your feet back more towards your head, as you see me doing here. This setup is incredibly important because as you're pressing the bar, you want to constantly keep tension in the legs by squeezing your butt and pressing your legs firmly down into the floor. With my athletes or newer lifters to bench pressing, oftentimes when they're pressing and the bar starts getting a little bit heavy, they'll pick their feet off the floor, but that is the opposite of what you want to do. During the entire lift, especially when pressing up, you want to press down hard into the floor while keeping your entire body tight. You're pushing your feet into the floor. When you really think about this from a physics standpoint, you're pressing into the bar, which is pressing you into the bench, and the bench is connected to the floor, and so are your feet. So the more that you can press into the floor, the more you can press into the bar, lift more weight, and keep your shoulders healthy. Then the last bit we have to go over as far as setup goes is your grip width. Not from a powerlifting standpoint, but more of a standpoint of a beginner lifter to the bench. One of the easiest ways to look at setting up your grip is to put your thumbs on the bar right at the edge where the smooth and rough section meet. Do this on both sides and wrap your thumbs all the way around the bar. At no point, and I mean no point, should you not have your thumb wrapped around the bar. Wrap your thumb, no exceptions. You shouldn't be depth gripping the bar like this. You wrap your thumb to keep you safe. Over time, you can widen your grip. Once everything is set up and stable, unrack the bar, being sure to take your time. Keep your setup and slowly bring the bar over your chest. Newer lifters tend to quickly unrack the bar and immediately take it down to their chest. This is a bad habit you don't want to start. When you unrack the bar, bring it over your chest, hold it there, and go through a mental checklist. Is everything in the correct position before the bar moves down towards your chest? The bar should go down just below your sternum, touching the chest, and then you press back up. Every rep in the beginning should be smooth and under control, all while maintaining the same position. When racking the bar, don't panic rack the bar. A lot of younger lifters on their last rep tend to panic or almost throw the bar into the rack, doing this before even locking out their arms or getting their arms straight. This can lead to you missing the rack and taking some teeth with it. On the last rep, make sure to lock it out, get your arms straight, and gently lead the bar straight back into the rack and slowly lower it down. Don't shoot for the hooks. Slowly guide the bar into the upright part of the rack and slide it down to the hooks. You're not going to hurt the rack. Then finally, let's go over some mistakes that you can skip if you just listen to this last little bit. Also, some tips that can help you out. Always have a spotter. Don't go heavy too fast. Don't be afraid to use the 2.5s. Always wrap your thumbs around the bar. When racking the bar, don't panic. Lock it out, take your time. Once the bar is in the rack, check the bar like you check the street. Left, right, make sure the bar is in the rack before you take your hands off the bar. Always pin your shoulders. Press your feet firmly into the floor at all times. And never try to ego lift. All lifts are skill sets and takes time to master. Be patient, and thank you for watching. Any questions, comment below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see everybody in the next video.